So it's been a little while since my last training video, and that is for a couple reasons. Last Friday and Saturday we hosted our first indoor meet of the year, so we were really busy getting set up for that. On Saturday I ran my 5K race that is the halfway point in my half marathon training cycle, and it went really well. It was a really consistent race. I was 4:46 at the mile, 9:33 at 2 miles, and 14:56 at the finish, so that is a new official PR. Still can't knock off that 14:53 time trial PR, but I'm still working at it. My training since then has been nothing phenomenal because I wanted to recover from the race first and foremost. So Sunday I did an easy long run, 14 miles, just kept it at a 7-minute pace or so. Monday I actually started to get sick, but I still got in a couple runs. And then Tuesday I was still running a slight fever and had a little congestion and had some other problems, so I just took Tuesday off, which that was kind of a bummer because that was a day that I had planned for one of my most specific half marathon training workouts, the 4x2 miles. So in the next few weeks I'm just gonna have to restructure some things because I really want to get that workout in sometime. So Wednesday I was back to running again, and I just did a couple easy runs that day. Thursday morning I modified a little bit and ran a moderate run in the morning, and I ran 10 miles at 6:07 pace. Yesterday was Friday, and I just did some hill drills and sprints in the morning and another easy run at night. And now it's Saturday morning and I'm getting my long run at a moderate pace. So I'm not gonna film any of the long run because that's not the objective of the video, but I'll tell you what that is in a second. This is what 16 miles on the dirt roads looks like. So the moderate pace long run went really well. I averaged 5:58 for 16 miles. I talk a lot about this moderate pace, and again I define that as roughly 40 seconds slower per mile than your lactate threshold pace. So from my 14:56 5K from a week ago, that gives me a lactate threshold pace of about 5:14 per mile. 40 seconds slower per mile would put me at 5:54 per mile. And then you've also got to account for outdoor conditions because that was on an indoor 300-meter track, so pretty much ideal conditions. You don't have to deal with wind at all. So the surface that I'm running on for my long runs is a little bit slower. I'm dealing with some wind, so that gives a little more cushion to be actually slower than 40 seconds per mile than your lactate threshold pace. I never checked my watch once until I finished, so I was really successful in feeling out that moderate pace. Personally, I like to keep my hard days hard and easy days easy, so I threw on my full strength circuit right after the long run. So I put in a lot of work today, and that brings me to the real objective of this video, and that's to show you how I refuel after a big session. First objective is to start getting rehydrated. Buying the pre-made bottles of Gatorade can get pretty expensive, so I like going with the option of buying the powder, and that lasts a lot longer and is a lot more cost effective. So after working out, you want to get the food back in you as soon as possible. That means you need to be able to make a meal that does not take very long to prepare. I think breakfast type foods are always perfect for this kind of thing. Breakfast foods are cheap, filling, and delicious. So starting off with the waffle batter, I've got a cup of waffle mix in here. Any standard waffle mix will do. In the waffle mix, I'm going to mix in 1 egg, 3/4 cups of milk, and a tablespoon of vegetable oil.
Mamma mia!
So for waffle toppings, I'm just gonna go with some butter, some syrup, and a banana. You can put the waffle mix to the side for now though. We'll come back to that and we'll cook the waffles last. So waffles are great and all, but obviously you need some protein, so make some eggs to go with that. Here I cracked 3 eggs into this bowl, and I'm actually gonna make breakfast burritos out of this. So I've got tortillas, and my toppings of choice are pepperonis, red bell peppers, cheese, and sour cream. So first step, turn your burner on and start getting the pan hot. Add some salt and pepper to your eggs if you wish. Once your pan is hot, add in a little butter and get that spread around for non-stick. So before throwing the eggs in, I like to cook the vegetables first. So once your vegetables have cooked for a couple minutes, go ahead and pour your eggs in. Once the eggs are in, go ahead and add the rest of your toppings. So once your eggs are completely cooked, just remove those from the heat, and again, we'll just set those to the side and we'll go back to the waffles. So once your waffle iron is heated, go ahead and pour your waffle batter in. This should be enough waffle batter for 2 Belgian waffles. So once your waffles are done, decorate those up however you'd like. This is my finished product. So now the last thing that we need to do is finish up the breakfast burritos. So first grab yourself a couple tortillas and spread some sour cream on each one. Shout out to Colby for the breakfast burrito strats. And then all you need to do is pour your eggs into the burritos. So there's the finished product put together. So that's all there is to it. That's a quick, easy, cheap, filling meal. You can't make as many gains from your training unless you take the proper steps to recover. So that's all I've got for today. I've got 4 weeks and 1 day until the Houston Half Marathon, so I'm gonna be hitting it pretty hard these next couple weeks and see if I can make some good progress with training. I'll see you next time.